Alright, cocksuckers, welcome back to Practicing Portraits on Artwod Roadmap. Right, yes, my voice is fucked. My fucking my camping trip, dude, I sucked so much dick. Gluck, gluck, gluck. Anyways, who am I? I'm Viggy. I've been practicing for 3 years and 8 months, right? Artwod. The intro's all over the place, but yeah, sucking Artwad's dick. Right, they're the reason I can draw like this. They teach you, they give you the work, not the shortcut. Yeah, and this channel is a repository of my practice to prove that anybody, especially you, can draw. Granted, we put effort in the right things, right? For a fuck ton of time, right? And 100 hours, 500 hours, 5,000 hours, whatever the fuck. Just a long time. Anyways, really good intro. Get your pen, get your paper, draw along. My voice is actually gone. Holy shit. But, couple things. Yeah, get your pen, get your paper, draw along with me. I don't know when my voice is gonna get better. It actually, I sound like a fucking, I sound like a perpetual cigarette smoker, right? My name is Viggy. Like the hole in your throat, right? That haha funny joke that I think South Park's made a good episode about. But anyways, what are we doing? We're doing the artwod portrait roadmap. I'm doing the exercise where you look at a portrait and you encompass a box over it. Except I'm taking that to the natural extreme and I'm building an extremely dense, spatially reasoned schema that is geometrically accurate. What does that mean? That's just a bunch of buzzwords, right? That means that instead of just a box, I'm visualizing the box, the diagonal cross sections on every single visible and invisible plane. I'm calculating / visualizing the center planes that intersect through those diagonal cross sections, the 3 center planes, and then I'm visualizing the ellipses inside those center planes, and then I'm visualizing the sphere that encompasses those ellipses. If that sounds extremely difficult, it's extremely fucking difficult. It's been 130 hours and I can barely see half of this, right? And I'm also a bit sick, so let's see. It's gonna be very difficult, right? And also, I just came off a fucking, I don't know if this is called a bender. It's not a bender, but I smoked a decent amount of weed this past week on my camping trip, right? I only uploaded 3 videos last week as well because of that trip. Oh, I can speak so fluently. Clearly, it's just disgusting. God, hearing my own voice is making me cringe, but so weed inhibits working memory, right? It's obviously been a couple days, like a few days since I smoked, but this is actually a great case study in how much effort does it take to push past the negative effects on neuroplasticity from THC, right? If anything, we can use this as an experiment, as literally a lesson experiment on how much effort must we be putting in. Oh, by the way, I'm already drawing. Like drawing is thinking, right? Drawing is thinking. So I'm already thinking. I'm already looking at the portrait reference and trying to get the accurate box portrayed inside this reference. And I can tell you right now, thinking is very difficult, right? Because of the weed. And because it's also been a week. This is the longest I've gone without drawing. Like my main practice, it's been a week. It's been a week. Last time I drew was a voice crack. Not even voice crack, just fucking voice fucked. Literally gluck, gluck, gluck. But yeah, last time I drew my main practice like this was exactly 7 days ago. No, more. Less? Fuck, I don't know. It was Monday. Yeah, it was Monday. Today's Monday. Yeah, it's been 7 days. Yeah, it was last Monday. Today's Monday as well. But so there's the fact that it's been a week, which doesn't really make much of a difference, right? It's just I'm just gonna feel a bit rusty, but also the weed is going to be making the most amount of difference. So that's why right now I'm doing my absolute best to visualize the invisible XYZ axis and the visible XYZ axis, and I'm just trying to hold that to the best of my ability, right? And I'm trying to get the correct ratio, because this is roughly the box. This is roughly the box of this woman's face. What I still struggle with consistently right now is making sure that the side planes are accurate, right? Like that they're like the planes in general, not just the side planes, but the plane ratios, right? Like for example, this is definitely more of the front of her face, and also making sure like the convergences are also decent, right? So this, and that comes down to just thinking about how does the box look in perspective. And by the way, like I'm trying to do my best to explain this, but I've realized that I'm not that, like, it's not really that fucking profound of a realization, but I know that I'm not that great at explaining, so I'm trying my best to explicitly tell you that, hey, like right now I'm really fucking trying to think about the invisible y-axis, the invisible y, the invisible x, and the invisible z, right? And it's actually not that hard right now. It's actually decently okay, right? And then now the visible y, visible x, and the visible z, right? I'm trying to hold those two together, connect them, and just visualize it, right? And that's extremely difficult because there's essentially 6 different planes that I have to think about while I'm doing this, right? And this really just comes down to constantly trying to make sure and that I understand exactly what this box looks like in this perspective as well. This is why I'm drawing this tiny version, right? And the center line of her eyebrows, like the center line of this box, is her eyebrows, right? And then this is the bottom of her nose, this is her hairline, and then this is roughly the bottom of her chin, right? And then this is obviously the Loomis jaw or whatever, which I still don't understand, right? Which I still don't understand the manipulated shape of the Loomis jaw, because it's something like this, right? It's some fucking weird ass shit, bro. And obviously, like, the cranium is technically, it's like this, like that's also part of the Loomis, right? Where it's actually it's all like the edge of the box, right? But there's a lot to take in. But anyways, back to thinking, right? Because thinking is the one thing that I need to do in excess amounts today, more than ever, because I am struggling cognitively to see this box, right? So what do we do when we struggle? We lean into it even more, right? Is this my good pen? Fuck, I hope it's not the good pen. Is this the shit pen? No, this is the good pen. Okay. It's just been a week, so there's some like fucking last vestiges of the ink, right? So weed inhibits neuroplasticity. So what does that mean? That means my working memory is and working memory, right? So what does that mean? That means it's more difficult for me to actively hold multiple things in my brain. So my expectation, I never have expectations, but my only expectation, as always, is just to put in as much effort as possible. And by the way, like while I'm talking, I'm also looking back at the reference a little bit to make sure I understand the exact angle as well, right? But this is already hurting. Like I already have a little bit of a headache. Not from this, but I had a headache when I woke up. Right? So there's a lot of things that are actively working against me, but the only thing that is working for me is the work that I'm doing. And that's all that matters, right? Like no matter what state you're in, right? Obviously, ideally, consistently and forever, you want to be in a well-rested, cognitively clear state, right? But in during the times that you are not in those or you don't have those parameters met, we still have the ability to at least try. Do we have the ability to try to the best of our fucking like top performance? Right? Possibly not. Possibly not. Possibly not. Possibly real. That's my real voice. But possibly not. But we still have the ability to try, right? And right now, my brain is tilting the box a lot this way, and I'm trying to bring it back this way and try to consistently again visualize the invisible y z x, right? And it's hard to like, it's really hard to visualize right now, but I'm gonna try to just hold this calculation. I'm gonna try to hold it, hold it. Jesus Christ, all the voice cracking, voice being gone, and all the fucking. It's just the way I'm talking is hilarious, and I know it sounds very funny. It sounds funny to me, so it must be hilarious to you. But I'm gonna try to. I wish my voice sounded like this all the time, bro. I sound like a badass, but no, I don't. But I'm just gonna try to lean in and just really try to visualize the invisible and visible planes, right, in the correct perspective. And now I'm gonna like now while I'm trying to hold that, I'm trying to visualize the invisible and visible diagonal cross sections on every plane. So visible, invisible, right? And then visible again, and then invisible again, and visible and invisible. And I'm sure this is not like the most accurate box, but I'm trying to see it. I'm really like fucking leaning in. And again, I'm still taxing my working memory, right? And this is where I'm attaching dopamine to errors because I'm making a lot of mistakes, but I'm really trying to see this as well as I can. And now I'm gonna rest my brain. And the biggest difficulty I'm having right now is making sure the front plane is wide. And because what my brain is doing is this. My brain is creating this type of box, right? And I'll give you like very rough. It's doing this. But obviously that's completely inaccurate because they both need to be much, much wider, right? But obviously that might be too wide, like what I just did here. But the point is like I need to find that ratio that is reflective of an accurate cube in perspective, right? Where the front is still wider than the side because we are seeing much more of this woman's, the front side of her face. But anyways, please rest your brain. I shall do the same. All right. So once again, the only goal that I ever have to do or have is just to put in a fuck ton of intentional, directionally correct effort, right? All those words matter. Intentional with effort, with like, oh no, what the fuck? Intentional, as in I'm paying attention, I'm engaged, right? I'm actually trying to figure something out. Directionally correct, I'm trying to figure out the things that I believe to be beneficial for understanding the problem space, i.e., spatial reasoning, the geometric calculations, visualizing to the best of my ability. And this is contextually within the context of this schema that I'm building, right? But obviously it applies to anything that involves form and space. Like it's contextual to spatial reasoning, I guess you could more holistically say, right? And then third, right, effort, which is just trying, just trying to stay in that zone for as long as possible, right? So once again, once again, I'm trying to visualize the entire. There you go. Okay, so like I see it in my mind a lot better now, but I'm just trying to hold it. So when I see it, I like I see this bottom plane, I see the invisible y, I see the invisible x, or sorry, z, right? X, y, z, or even fucking y, right? Z, x, right? So I see that. That's decent, and I just need to hold that. I just need to hold that. So to hold that to the best of my ability, and now we're getting the visible, right? And this is beautiful because now I'm feeling the pit of discomfort in my stomach. This is exactly what I need. So I see it now. I actually see it pretty decently. And now I just need to hold it and see the visible. There you go. Visible, diagonal cross section, invisible, diagonal cross section, right? Visible on this side plane, invisible on this side plane. And then again, trying to hold it. I'm really trying to hold it all together. And what I mean by trying, and like I already fucked up there because I moved it up a little bit. So what I mean by trying to hold it is that I'm just trying to keep the semblance of that visualization, like trying to keep the consistency of that visualization. Is it actually there all throughout? No, that's what I'm working towards, right? But I'm trying to hold all these different factors in my working memory all at once, right? Oh, by the way, like I'm actually going to be I would say refining slash improving slash changing up my drawing practice. So I'm still doing this. It's just going to take me 3 times as long to do this. Maybe not. Because I was looking into the whole interleaving thing, right? Which is interleaving is basically applying the same knowledge in different contexts, right? Which helps you retain and understand and recall that knowledge better, right? And that's my rough understanding of interleaving. I'm sure there's more to it. But first, like the first step towards interleaving I took was changing the angle every single time I did this, right, for the schema. But then I was researching, looking online, and I just asked fucking Gemini, and I told it to give me a bunch of science and shit to see if this would work or not, right? And obviously I'm gonna commit because at this point, if you know me, you know I'm just gonna do something for fucking hundreds of hours to see if it actually has merit, right? And by seeing if it actually has merit, I mean I will ensure that it has merit because I'll put in the work that is required to ensure that it has merit, right? But either way, anyways, like while I'm talking, I am visualizing because I am trying to obviously tax my working memory while speaking. Parietal lobe used for narration, prefrontal cortex used for spatial reasoning. And from what I know, parietal lobe also is used for spatial reasoning, but it's mostly the prefrontal cortex, right? And I am ghosting, which is a bridge between the motor cortex and the prefrontal cortex, right? I'm trying to hold this all together while I'm speaking, which is extremely difficult, right? But, and like again, it's tilting too much. So I need to bring that tilt back a little bit more subtle, right, while I'm holding it in my mind. And I'm essentially, and it's not much of a change, I'm basically, instead of just doing portraits, it's going to be portrait. The rotation is going to be this. Portrait roadmap, challenge 52, figure roadmap, and then back to portrait roadmap. And that's actually, it's a pretty good way to go about it, from what I can tell, because I'm not drawing enough. My line work's actually suffering. Like, and yes, like this is objectively like it's a mistake that I made. And while my line work is still pretty fucking decent, right, my lines in general have been suffering because I'm not actually doing the action of feeling that pressure sensitivity of applying a mark. Right, the most I'm doing is this, and here my line work is suffering. Right, maybe you can tell, maybe you can, but it is suffering. So in order to, and also like as a means to actually properly test out interleaving, right? And by the way, while I'm talking, I'm really trying to visualize the entire box. Like I'm actually actively trying to visualize this entire box right now. And then I'm calculating the diagonal cross sections on every invisible and visible plane. This side plane, I'm calculating my mind. This side plane, invisible, I'm calculating my mind, right? The invisible top plane, calculating the invisible, or the visible bottom plane, calculating, and then the visible front plane. And I'm about to lose it, so I just need to hold it all together. It's a little bit longer. Okay, there you go. There you go. Oh, that was extremely difficult. That was beautiful. And the invisible back plane. Oh, that was difficult. That was really good. But but yeah, it'll be challenge 52. Like, I'm gonna go back to the basics and just do the reps that are required for challenge 52, just to really improve my spatial reasoning and my application of form, my lines, everything. Right? We're gonna do the hardcore version, so it's just gonna be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of repetitions. I'm very excited for that. Right? Simply do the work that is required, and I'm very excited. So that will build my motor skills back up again and again. It'll be another application of my spatial reasoning, because this way I can really purely just focus on the form and like simplifying it and work my way through making them look pleasing and all that stuff, right? Like different ratios, all that shit, like just basic. And then figure roadmap will be good because it'll still be another level of spatial reasoning, but it'll be applying more gesture and like different shapes working together in conjunction, right? So to form the schema, which is the figure. And that's obviously, I'm gonna start, that'll train me to visualize things that are inherently complex, like have multiple moving parts, right? Which is the figure, so it should be fine. It should be, I think, like at the very least, we'll give it a shot. We'll give it a solid 6 months, right? I was thinking actually fucking 5 years, but yeah, like at the very minimum 6 months. If I feel as if like I'm really losing the schema and I'm unable to see properly here, then I might have to like reduce it to one thing. But either way, supposedly this should help with me interleaving, and like the schema should actually get stronger as well, right? Because I'll be doing it once every 3 days instead, and that's spaced repetition, that's interleaving, that forces me to recall all those things, right? So we'll see how it goes. And when I say we'll see how it goes, again, I will make sure it goes because I will put the work in. That's just a figure of speech. I actually personally don't like saying we'll see how it goes, because that you're giving the power to the thing rather than power. Then because it doesn't matter if it goes or it doesn't. You will do the fucking work regardless, right? You will put in the effort regardless. So, and by the way, like while I'm talking, I'm trying to visualize the entire box right now, seeing through with all the diagonal cross sections. Oh, I see it for a second. I actually see it for a second. Okay. So clearly, even when weed inhibits neuroplasticity and working memory, as long as you keep leaning into the discomfort, right, like I am right now, where I'm leaning into trying to visualize all of these. I'm trying not to go too fast, but all of these invisible cross sections and visible cross section. I'm trying to visualize them. I can see the box. I can see it. I can see the diagonal cross sections, right? And it is obviously flickering, and these lines in the background are obstructions and they're getting in the way. But just for a split second, I did see it, right? And I'm trying to hold it now. I'm trying to hold it, and I'm trying to, there you go. Okay, so I do see it. I do see it a little bit of it. I see the side. I can actually see like the entire box pretty decently well. Not perfectly, but decently well. It's flickering all over the place, right? But now I just hold it, and I'm putting in the diagonal cross sections, right? I ghosted those, but the others I'm not ghosting, just so I can actually see it in my mind, right? I'm trying to hold this just for a little bit longer. Really trying to hold this for a little bit longer. Okay. That was really good. That was really good. Okay, let me rest my brain. Let me rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well. So yeah, I know some people might. I don't know who will, but like I can see the argument that like, oh, you just changed your entire direction. It's like no. I'm simply seeing if I'm committing to a pivot that I believe in, right? Because it's normal to pivot. I've pivoted multiple times, and this is what I always try to say is like it's normal to be like, oh fuck, I think this is the way, this is the way. But the difference between being like I think this is the way and that being put under the lens of like oh indecision versus being like an intentional choice is the amount of time it takes before you make that choice. At least that's my interpretation. That's what I believe. It took me 139 hours, right? 139 hours of doing this, or like 135 hours of doing this portrait roadmap to be like, oh, well, it's greatly improved my spatial reasoning. I'm definitely getting better at all this shit. But I have noticed now that my line work and my ability, my actual motor skills have reduced slightly. Enough for me to be like, probably like 15%. Enough for me to be like, okay, is there a way? And also, like, through my experiences going through this, to be like, I have been interleaving, but is there a better way to do it, right? Thus, to merge these two problems that I noticed, or like these pain points, frictions, whatever you want to call it, that I notice. Like, hey, could I be doing better with interleaving? And is there a way to induce more of my motor application of itself? Thus, now we will spend another hundreds and hundreds of hours being like, okay, what if I added challenge 52 and figures, and my rotation was just these three concepts, all completely different in terms of their application, i.e. interleaving, but all utilizing the exact same foundational principles, i.e. spatial reasoning, right? Thus, my brain is not actively adding excess new information. It is simply applying it in novel ways, right? Which are highly transferable. That's the way I'm thinking about it, right? So that's what it comes down to, right? That's what it comes, and that's what I'm doing right now. It's like, you will change your mind, but your mind will be changed based on new information you receive, and the information, if it is worth pursuing as a means of improvement or bettering your understanding, right? Like, every time I've changed my mind or changed my approach or pivoted in this way, that it's always been based on, I think this will help me get better, right? And then I stuck to it for hundreds of hours, or recently hundreds of hours, but at least like 30, 40, 50 hours, right? As per my fucking channel catalog, right? So just in case somebody is wondering, either for me, like, hey, like, bro, why are you changing your mind so much? Or for themselves, be like, is it okay to change your mind? It's like, it's okay to change your mind. And by the way, I'm back to thinking, right? But it's okay to change your mind as long as the information is genuinely something you're going to spend time deliberating and working on for many, 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 many hours. You believe it's actually a genuine benefit for your improvement, right? Because, like, my thing is, like, I'm a fucking science jerk off, right? Like, oh yeah, it's all about the science. The neuroplasticity, how can I learn more efficiently? Like, all that shit. So, like, for me, it's just another very, and by the way, like, my speech is very stilted because I'm trying to think about the invisible x, y, x, z, x axis, visible y, x, z axis. And then I'm trying to make sure, like, again, the depth of this is correct. The depth, and I'm trying to make sure this box comes lower. It's too high right now. Right, box comes a bit lower, and then I'm trying to, okay, I see it now. Okay, I see it. So I need to try to hold this all together. Yeah, I need to try to hold this all together, and then I'm trying to see I'll get back to what I was saying, and I'm trying to see the visible cross section, and this is so difficult. Holy shit. And the invisible, oh my god, I love this difficulty, cross section, and then I'm trying to see the others as well, and I'm not gonna ghost it because I want to actually make it more difficult for myself, right? And what's happening right now is my brain's already turned, and for like 5 seconds, my brain saw the front plane. Okay, that's like the wrong angle, but my brain saw the front plane at relatively the right width, and then after about those 5 seconds, it became this, right? Where'd all this go? Easy. My my working memory simply could not hold it at that angle. I don't know, I'm talking like that, but my working memory simply could not hold it at that angle for an extended period of time, right? But now I'm going to do something else that's extremely difficult. I'm going to visualize the center planes. Because fuck it, why not make it even 10 times harder than it already is, right? But now I'm going to visualize the center planes, i.e., right, like, so if I'm visualizing this right now, like just the box, right, like if I'm visualizing this, then obviously we have the invisible side and the diagonal cross sections, blah blah blah. Now I'm also going to be visualizing the center planes that are cutting through it, right? Again, like, it's this fuckery, it's literally this fuckery, right? So, oh my god, like, I definitely already have a headache. I already have that headache. But yeah, again, like, this is, and I'm trying to like tell you that this is a normal part of art, to pivot, to have, and you'll have understandings that you had in the beginning, but you'll have it again with 100 times more nuance, and then this will keep happening, right? Like, at the end of the day, right, it's all shapes. It's all shapes. It's all shapes. It's all gesture. It's all like that, it's all shapes. It's all relations with shapes. That's like the most brain dead fucking take on art. But the better and more technically adept you get, the more you'll understand and see the depth of the shapes around you, and like how really it's all just fucking shapes, right? And right now I'm like a fucking 2% baby where I'm just like, oh yeah, shapes, 3D shapes, primitive shapes, yes, manipulated shapes. And then 5 years from now I'll be like, oh damn, but the shapes and the lighting is like this, and the composition is like this, and the negative space is also shapes and all that shit. Why? Because my brain has the fucking energy to focus on that. Like, it's just always gonna be more and more nuanced, and that's just one example, right? Same with line work. It'd be like, ah, yes, thin, consistent lines, very good, very good. Oh, thin, consistent lines with thick here, thin here, thick here. Ah, yes, line economy, very good. Like line weight, oh, yes, yes. And then fucking 30 years later, it's like, bro, I do this, and I'm like, I see fucking 15 different things that I'm doing in that line. And it's like, oh yeah, wow, so much nuance, right? It's normal to get consistently new understandings, and that also comes with, like, the reason I'm saying it's normal to pivot is like, again, it's not, you're not, and by the way, like, I haven't been able to think while I was talking, so that's an error on my end, but now I'm gonna try to think again while I'm talking, right? And oh, okay, so I'm already like, I see it, and I'm trying to visualize every single invisible and visible diagonal cross section, and I'm trying to visualize now the center planes, right? The center planes. And that is already extremely difficult, right? Because I'm doing it from, I should be doing it from the invisible side, right? And okay, so I already lost it because like it literally like started here and then it went up there, right? But the big thing is it's okay to pivot. It's okay to improve. And this is me just fucking me patting myself on the back. It's okay, Vicky, you can do it. I believe in you. But it's okay. I believe it makes sense to pivot as long as it's coming down from a means of a belief that it will improve your learning capabilities, right? Like that's what this is all based on, is like this will make me learn more effectively, right? And then how do I know that make me learn effectively? Well, I will see to it that it will, to the best of my ability, over hundreds and hundreds of hours of effort and intentional, cognitive effort and physical effort, right? But that's just the way I see it, you know? Like, and then we'll see. Well, and by we'll see, I mean like we're gonna see like what the effects are, right? Because I'm gonna put the fucking work in, obviously, but we're gonna see. And it's so hard for me to visualize this box right now. I want to say like it's well, because while I'm talking, I'm obviously fucking talking and trying to think, but especially this visible X, Y, Z. Okay, so I see that now. I'm trying to merge it all together. I'm trying to merge the entire box together, and already like it's diverging. It's literally fucking the bottom plane's like this in my mind. Like that's what the bottom plane is like, right, for this box. But bless me. But let's see. Camping was really fun, by the way. Camping was really, really fun. I fucking miss it already, bro. So peaceful. Anyways, it's just, but I'm trying to really visualize this box. And again, all that matters is I tax the fuck out of my working memory, right? So now that I've said it with such gusto, I'm leaning in and trying to see and hold everything, the visible, invisible, XYZ. I'm trying to turn it into a box. I'm trying to connect all the planes. This is really grinding my brain, and I'm trying to get the diagonal cross sections down, right? Oh, this is so, I don't know if I said ugh, but this is incredibly difficult. And I'm just trying to hold it. I'm just trying to hold it to the best of my ability, right? And the box tilted this way, like the front plane, so it needs to be like this because the side needs to be like this, right? But this is incredibly fucking difficult. And I'm just trying to hold it. I'm trying to get the center planes in, right? The center planes, this center plane, right? Voice crack. And my head is like literally hurting. Okay, so I got that center plane. I'm trying to hold the box together. And now we got this center plane, right? Okay, trying to hold all those together while dude, this is so, I love this. I fucking, like, my brain is like fucking, the working memory taxation's insane. I'm attaching dopamine to errors because acetylcholine and norepinephrine has been released, right? It's flickering. I basically lost the box and I just need the other one, right? Because I got that, I got this vertical one, I got this horizontal one. Now I just need, yeah, there you go. So while trying to hold this all together, this entire box, I got this center plane. Oof, oh my god, that was very difficult. I literally have a headache. And this session feels like it's taking forever, which is good, because that means my brain is genuinely struggling, and that means that the effort I'm putting in is 100% causing friction, which is what we want. We want friction, we want discomfort, and we want to feel good about it, just like I force myself to do right now. So, with that being said, I'm going to rest my brain. I encourage you to do the same. And by the way, when I say that I'm trying to visualize, I want to really emphasize the trying, because I'm not succeeding. Like when I say I'm trying to visualize the box with the diagonal cross sections, invisible, invisible, and the center planes and all that, what's actually happening in my mind is like, okay, barely see the box. The second I bring in the diagonal cross section, oh look, this line's diverging this way. This front plane, the line of the front plane diverging this way. Completely lost all the back planes, right? Okay, so now I have to bring it back. Okay, I see this cross section. Okay, I lost the front plane again. So. And then like, oh, it's shifting up. Oh, it's condensing. It's getting smaller. It's collapsing inward. It's collapsing outward, right? Parts of it don't exist anymore. Like that's constantly happening. Like every fucking millisecond, it's happening, right? So I really want to emphasize that like trying is all we can do, right? Because the schema that you're building, the mental models that we're building, the process of consolidating information from our working memory to our long-term memory is inherently very difficult, full of friction, and will consistently result in hundreds of errors. And that is exactly what we're chasing right now. Like right now I'm ghosting the invisible X, Y, and Z, right? And now I'm trying to, again, I'm trying to make sure that I actually understand, yeah, the box, there you go, right? And now I'm trying to get the visible X, Y, and Z, right? And already, like, it's already, like, I fucking started this one down here, right? I made the back Y this long, and then I made the front Y, in my mind, this long. That's wrong. That's just objectively wrong, right? So, these are mistakes I'm constantly making, proportionally, relationally, fucking perspective-wise, placement-wise, maintaining the size-wise, everything. It's just constantly being beautiful mistake. So I'm gonna do one last time of trying to visualize the box, the diagonal cross section, and the center planes, and then we're gonna actually draw the box, right? So let's see. Okay, yeah, again, like I'm just trying to visualize just the invisible Y right now, and then I'm gonna obviously I want to get some convergence in here, right, to make sure that this back plane is actually large and it looks like it has depth, but then the front plane won't have that. So there you go. This is the visible X, the Y, invisible, fucking Jesus Christ, visible X, and then there you go. So if that is the convergence that I'm doing, yeah, okay, so this like this, there you go. That seems pretty decent. And now I'm trying to hold this. I'm trying to hold and see, like already in my mind, so the front plane's supposed to be like this, right? But after I did this, in my mind, right? When I tried connecting it, immediately this front plane went like this. Immediately, and this bottom plane went like this. That's huge mistakes. And these are the beautiful mistakes we lean into, in the sense that we don't lean into making those mistakes, but we lean into feeling good about those mistakes, right? So either way, oh my god, this is so difficult. So either way, back to visualizing. And it's good, like the difficulty is always a good reminder, because if it's difficult, good. That means nobody else will do it. Hashtag Alex Harmoji. But I like that quote from Isla. It's like, if it's hard, good. That means nobody will do it. It's true. It's like this intense spatial reasoning that I'm doing. Of course there are people doing it. I'm not so fucking egotistical thinking that nobody's doing it. But it's like, it's just a reminder that very few people choose this path, right? And I'm not one for comparing myself to other people, but it's just like, okay, well, if others have difficulty, there must be merit to me being able to do it, right? Like I must be able to produce value in and of myself purely through the effort of trying something the vast majority of people refuse to do, right? But again, for me, it's really just about what I do. Like I don't really give a fuck about what other people do. If anything, I'm just inspired by other people's work ethic, and I want to try to be like that, right? But that's the thing, and I just want to try. So I'm gonna try to hold this box in my mind, right? I'm already struggling a lot. My spatial reasoning is already taking quite a bit of a hit. My visualization is already basically gone, right? All I really see is like a vague outline of the visible XYZ and barely the invisible XYZ. But I'm going to, and this again, this output regression, my working memory is taxed. It's genuinely, the glycogen stores have hit their ceiling, right? In my mind, but I'm just going to lead into that, and then I'm going to try to calculate, because it's all calculations, we're going to try to calculate the, hold up, I can't even see the box anymore, but I will try to calculate the invisible cross sections, right? Cross sections, voice crack. But yeah, the invisible cross sections, right? Okay, there you go. Okay, so I kind of see it. Oh wait, I got the I did the box wrong. I was doing this. That's completely wrong. This is literally what it's supposed to be like, right? In terms of the XYZ. So again, another beautiful mistake, but let's try that one more time. Okay, so I see the box a lot better now, right? Yeah, see the box a lot better. Okay, so let's and that's because my brain tilted the front plane. I had it right, it was like this, and then my brain, when it came to connecting the front plane, it tilted it. So I'm trying to visualize the entire box right now, and I'm trying to visualize and calculate the entire invisible and visible diagonal cross sections. And now, while I'm trying to hold all that together, and that's extremely difficult because that's dozens of calculations, right? Because my brain hasn't chunked these individual cross sections in each plane as like one consolidated unit. But what I'm trying, but it's getting better. It's definitely getting better. But while I'm trying to hold all this in my mind together, right? All this in my mind, very difficult. Like I'm genuinely very taxed right now, right? Because I'm constantly losing the center lines and I'm constantly losing the diagonal cross sections 100%, right? But while I'm trying to hold, and again, like the box started, the top of the box started here, now it's here for some reason. I've got to bring it back down, right? So while I'm trying to hold all this together in my mind, I'm going to calculate the center planes. And that is inherently very difficult because that is 100% the limit of my working memory, right? So we got that. Did I even do it right? I don't think I did it right. I think actually no, I did do it right, but I just need to fix it. There you go. Got this, and then we got this, the horizontal one right here. And this is forcing me to think about the box consistently, right? Because I have to think about where the edges of this box is, where the diagonal cross sections are, right? And then we got this one right here. And my box is so tiny now. It's amazing. My box started off, let's say, this big at the end of it. Like this was the front plane. And then by the end of it, it was like this, right? Because it's hard to hold something for that long at that size, at that scale, while calculating dozens of things. But I'm going to rest my brain, and then we're going to draw the box now. And then it's just going to be constantly trying to calculate those center planes inside of it, right? Because it's going to free up cognitive energy when 3 planes of the box have become visible. Then so that removes that cognitive effort of visualizing the entirety of the 3 planes and the invisible other 3 planes, right? Then it's just visualizing the other invisible 3 planes, all the diagonal cross section on the visible and invisible planes, and then the center planes, right? Which is already still extremely difficult, but we're removing a cognitive barrier by actually placing the lines down. But I'm gonna rest my brain first. Please do so as well. All right. Wunderbar. Wunderbar. Okay. It is almost 40 minutes. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is good. This is good. I'm definitely very mentally fatigued, that's for sure. So, let's get this drawing underway. Right, and I'm trying to visualize this box because visualization is a very difficult skill, and I completely agree with what Master Kim Jong-gi always said, which is like it's probably the most important skill, right, in terms of understanding. But again, for those of you who can't visualize, you can still spatially reason. So even in that, and you see how like my lines are just so ass now, right? But even in that sense, it's still okay, that's a bit better. But yeah, visualization is absolutely an imperative skill, but I think what's more imperative is the ability to calculate, right? And everybody, thankfully, even if they have aphantasia or not, 100% can calculate, right? And that's actually a nice little saving grace there, because it would be very unfortunate if people with aphantasia could not calculate, right? But I'm telling you right now, I don't have aphantasia, and I struggle immensely with visualization. So whether you have it or don't, it is an incredibly difficult skill to build because it is a skill, right? And I'm not asking for your fucking permission to be like, right, it's a skill, right? No, I'm telling you, like, it's a fucking skill, okay? Like, I just, and obviously I'm gonna go on a random tangent for no reason, but get your fucking head out of your ass. And the only reason I'm even talking like this is because it's social media, man. It's social media. I literally only go on Instagram fucking like 10 to 15 minutes a day, and that's purely just to look at art. I have an art Instagram, so that's purely only to look at art, right? To be like, let's get inspired. Let's look at some amazing artists, and let's be like, damn, I could be like that one day. And I'm so impressed by their work ethic. And see, like my lines here are really bad because I'm losing the ability to be. Look at that. Look at that. I keep losing the consistency, right? So there you go. That really is like a fucking solid 10 to 15% reduction in scale. While I'm drawing these lines, I'm trying to zoom out, and look at that. I can connect it. Look at that. I can connect it, right? Fuck it. Like make it a bit longer, I guess. GG. But let's see. Let's see. This is an okay box. Has a decent amount of issues, but I'm also converging at a decent amount as well, and it does look to be in the accurate. Yeah, it does look to be relatively accurate in terms of its likeness, right? It's accuracy in relation to the fucking portrait. Jesus Christ, I can't think, right? Clearly, I can't think. But anyways, I'm already starting to think about the invisible cross sections, right? I'm already thinking about that a lot. I'm already thinking about the invisible XYZ. I'm already thinking about the invisible cross sections right here, here, this top one, right? This bottom one, this side one, and then this front one, right? Already really trying to think about that. It's getting a lot easier. Once the box comes down, like I'm definitely getting better. And I did push myself because before I could barely think about the box and the diagonal planes and any diagonal cross sections in any given angle. But now I can think about that quite consistently, even if it's completely off, right? Or like off in a lot of cases. The fact that I can even think about it is a huge deal, because before just thinking about the box with the seen through planes or like the invisible planes was extremely difficult. Now it's like that's slightly easier, so I'm adding the diagonal cross sections, which just obviously brings it back to that level of difficulty, because the goal is always to make it as difficult as fucking possible. Right, within reason. Like you don't want to be killing your brain to the point where like you don't understand anything, but you want to kill your brain to the point where like the only thing that's not kill's the wrong word. You want to put in so much cognitive effort, right, on the thing that you already understand as a concept. You just need to apply to be able to understand as like in terms of application and like actually visualizing it. Like I understand the concept of box, like the invisible planes, the diagonal cross sections. Now it's just the hundreds of hours required to internalize and apply. And right now I'm making a lot of beautiful mistakes. Again, this back plane, this back Y is going like this. It's going this way. That's wrong, right? So I need to make sure it's going the correct way. I need to be able to visualize this back plane correctly, right? This top back invisible plane, right? I need to make sure that's going with the perspective, right? And that means I have to think about the horizon line, right? Like all these things. So it's beautiful. It's very beautiful. And now while I'm thinking about that, I'm thinking about the diagonal cross section. I have to think about this diagonal cross section, and then over here it's stopping right around there, right? And then this diagonal cross section over here, right? I do believe, there you go, this diagonal cross section, because this is much larger. There you go, that one. See, you have to hold this, and then this back one over here, right? So I'm trying to hold all that. Now I'm trying to actively right now, I'm going to visualize every single diagonal cross section, invisible and visible. And I'm trying to generally look in this region, but my eyes are slightly shifting every now and then here, down here, and down here, so I can accurately, like at least my peripheries, accurately visualize it. And my brain is like feeling a lot of heavy pressure right now, right? Because this is genuinely very cognitively demanding, and I still struggle with getting this completely, like being able to visualize this back top plane accurately, right? But it's very fuzzy, but I can see it a little bit. But again, now my brain just made a mistake where it connected to this line instead of this top line, because that's what I did. That's what was that initial top end of this plane. But no, this is the new top end, right? So, and I literally am getting a headache. Like I'm literally getting a fucking headache, right? But that's okay, because that's what I signed up for, which is just excess cognitive effort and, friction. Yeah, just excess cognitive effort and friction, right? I think this is an okay box. I definitely could have foreshortened this side a little bit more, because this one's a little bit more foreshortened. Like it's converging more. So yeah. I think foreshortened is the right word. Whatever, converging. Could have been converging more here on this left side. But now that I'm doing that, I'm trying to visualize. And I guess what I was just trying to say regarding Instagram is like people fucking constantly bitching about how hard art is and saying that they don't want to do the work and shit. I'm just like, shut the fuck up. You're capable. You're more than capable. You just got to start thinking you're capable, and you got to start get your expectations of it being easy out of your ass. I don't even know where I devolved into this topic, but again, to all of you here who possibly are here, you're capable, you can do it, trust your brain, trust the fact that, and understand this more than anything. Learning is trying, failing, and then forcing your brain to figure it out. That's literally what learning is. Like, for example, right now, I'm trying so hard to visualize through the entire box, right? And to see every single invisible diagonal cross section. I am failing at holding this back top plane. I'm attaching good feelings, i.e. dopamine, to this process where acetylcholine, the focus, and norepinephrine, the stress, is being released through this effort, right? And this is signaling to my brain that something is not working. And because dopamine is being attached to it and not stress or cortisol, because you're not attaching frustration, you're attaching dopamine, you're signaling to your brain that this is something that we need to figure out, not this is something we need to avoid, which is what happens. When you get frustrated, you are actively telling your brain to avoid learning this thing, all right? Because you're signaling to it, because it only understands neurochemical signals, that this causes stress and should be avoided, rather than this piques interest, this causes dopamine, right? Dopamine's being attached to the spotlight, the acetylcholine, the focus, right? Like right now, I'm struggling a lot to figure out this back plane. Like I'm genuinely struggling a lot to figure it out. But like slowly but surely, I am getting it down. And again, while I'm trying to hold this, I'm trying to hold the entire diagonal cross sections. I'm really actively pushing my brain, and my brain cannot figure it out, but it will. But I'm trying to hold everything, and I'm trying to get the center planes as well, right? Trying to get these center planes. So this one, I'm trying to hold them. I'm trying to calculate them. That vertical one, this vertical one, right? This one right here, and then this horizontal one, which is roughly around here. And now I need to hold all three of them, because that is something that's also very difficult. My brain can't do yet. But to put it in layman's terms, to put it into gay man's terms, it's fucking use that joke 24/7. But to put it into layman's terms, you put a shit ton of effort into trying to figure out the thing that you can't figure out. You make mistakes inevitably because you cannot figure it out. When mistakes occur, you attach good feelings to them. This signals to your brain that it's time to figure it out, because you're forcing it to figure out something that it can't figure out. You rest. Lo and behold, hundreds of hours later, not only have you figured it out, you're exponentially better than you ever could have imagined you were, because you forced your brain to figure it out. Like right now, just for a split second, my brain created a schema where I visualized very clearly the inside of this box. Like very clearly, I internalized it and I visualized it. Like genuinely, I saw invisible lines, right? But then that was a flicker and then it goes away. Why? Because my brain is still consolidating and chunking, which is a huge part of learning, chunking, right? These individual units of information into chunked components that are bite-sized and more efficient in terms of like, I guess their fucking neuronic strength. I don't know if that's a word, but like, yeah, like you just get better, bro. Shut the fuck up. Just fucking do the work, feel good about it, and just keep going, right? Like, but I hope that I'm just explaining the science helps. Like, this is literally how your brain operates. Nobody is above this. Every single one of you have this exact capability to learn, right? Like, trust your brain and trust in the fact that the friction that you're experiencing is the best thing, because it is. It objectively is. Objectively, I say it like that. It is, right? So right now I'm trying to visualize the entire box. I'm trying to really fucking do the most difficult thing right now, which is visualize the entire see-through box, visualize every single diagonal cross section, and then visualize the center planes, which is the most difficult part still, because I have to actively, and it's the best part because I'm actively reinforcing the placement of the diagonal cross sections as I visualize them, right? I'm trying to hold all three of them at the same time, which is already not happening, right? Because it takes so much effort to just calculate one center plane, but this is exactly where I must brute force through sheer effort, exactly where, no, like the visualization of the calculation of itself, right? And I'm trying to hold all three. I'm basically holding like 1.8, if that makes sense. Like I'm holding like fucking 0.5 of this one, 0.3 of this one, like the other vertical one, and then like fucking 0.6 of the horizontal one, right? And it's basically all gone, but like it's slowly but surely, it is getting there. Oof, that was very cognitively taxing. It's already been almost 50 minutes, Jesus Christ. So we'll do this one more time, and I'm gonna really lean into doing this once or twice, and then we have to add the ellipses inside of the center planes, which is something my brain is just not capable of yet. But I'm gonna try really, really, really hard, right, to force that sort of calculation, visualization, holding in these dozens, fucking 50 plus calculations, and then we're gonna put the sphere over those ellipses, intersecting, right? And then I'm gonna draw the face, but we'll do that in chunks. So I'm gonna rest my brain for the time being. 10 million voice crack, and I encourage you to do the same. All right, wonderful. Let me just drink some water. God damn. But yeah, like that's why I always say if I can do it, you can do it, right? Because like, let's look at the facts. I fucking smoked a bunch of weed last week. By a bunch, I mean like fuck myself up. It was basically predominantly CBD strain, but still, for me, who doesn't really smoke often, right? It's still, I mean, it was fun. I'm not gonna deny or regret any of it. But if the fuck that being aside, it's just, right. And by the way, while I'm talking, I'm looking at this and I'm constantly calculating the bless me, the invisible XYZ, and at the very least, the invisible XYZ and the diagonal cross sections, right? But I'm also trying to think about the center plates while I talk. So let it be known that I'm actively straining my mind to speak about something completely unrelated while I visualize something that is completely related and very, very difficult. And again, my brain's energy reserves, which is glycogen, specifically astrocytic glycogen, right, is what is being utilized by my prefrontal cortex right now, and it's also actively competing with my parietal lobe because I'm narrating while spatial reasoning while talking, right? Fucking same shit. I don't know why I said while talking, but yeah, narrating while spatial reasoning while also ghosting and trying to figure out the exact calculations that need to be had, right? So I'm trying to hold all of this in my mind right now while I'm talking, but when I say like, if I can do it, you can do it. Let's look at the facts. I smoked a bunch of weed. My working memory is absolutely taxed, and it's actually diminished because of the weed usage. My neuroplasticity has also been diminished because of the weed usage, right? In general, I have pretty severe brain fog. I'm also sick. I'm just coming off a mini fever right now. My voice is fucked. I have a headache. I have a really bad headache, right? And like there's a fucking mucus and shit. Like feels like garbage. You know, just overall, and my stomach hurts because I think I'm hungry. So there's a lot of shit going on. And yet I'm here. Not because look at me, I'm a hard ass, I'm here, but because like, despite any discomfort I may face, right, I can still put in effort. Like that's something I can at least hold true to myself, and you can hold true to yourself. It's like despite what you may be experiencing, or the mood you may be experiencing, anything, you can still, without a fucking doubt, put in effort, right? Directionally correct effort. Let's not forget that, right? And if you need to take a big break because you feel like absolute fucking god awful shit, like you feel horrible, take that break, right? And then try again. Just try again. Just keep fucking trying, right? Just keep trying. But anyways, yeah, let's see. Okay, trying to visualize the invisible XYZ axis, trying to get, okay, now I'm trying to really, like, I'm really leaning into trying to really objectively calculate the XYZ axis, right? And it's okay, it's not perfect. You can see, maybe you can see, like I always waver and I go up here and then I have to bring it down here. Why? Because my mind thinks that this is the edge of the box, and that's incorrect. It's right around here because this is connecting, right? Like this point's going here, it's meeting this up here because this is like the plane. I need to say this better. This line of this back top plane stops here because it meets where this line hits, right? This line follows, of course, the perspective, and then where this line follows the perspective. So if you just extended all of these out like infinitely, they meet at a certain point, and that point is the edge, right? I think that makes a bit more sense. You know, like if you extend this line all the way out, just keep going, and this one all the way out, right? This one all the way out, they meet at a point, and that point's roughly right around here. So that's one way to really think about like how they all meet, and that is how it works. Like it's literally just, okay, I have a plane, I have this line, I have this line. Let's say I have this line, I have this line, right? This is where they, and then let's say I have this line, and fucking, yeah, like this, like they're all meeting and converging and all meeting at a fucking point, right? But at the end of the day, no matter if these lines are infinite or not, this is the points where all these boxes meet, or where all these planes meet, and that becomes our box at the end of the day, right? Same shit, but it's invisible and it's much more difficult. But anyways, back to visualizing. I'm really trying to grind my brain because I only have like 15 minutes left of actual thinking and drawing left before I just draw the fucking face, right? But yeah, okay, I'm leaning in, I'm putting in a lot of fucking effort, and I can't see anything, by the way, but I'm putting in a fuck ton of effort, really using as much cognitive energy as I can to visualize the seen through the seen through planes, or the seen through fucking form of the box, right? I'm trying to see through the box. I don't know how else to say that right now, right? You can probably tell my my speech in of itself isn't as articulate. Not that it ever was, like, clearly, but it's definitely not as good as it could have been. Again, another part of the weed, the brain fog, all that shit, right? So I'm in a state where I shouldn't be able to do well, and yet I'm still trying to do as well as I can, which is all that matters, right? Then okay, so I'm trying to see through the box. I'm trying to see every single visible and invisible diagonal cross section, and I'm really trying to. Oh god, this is so difficult. I love this. Okay, I'm really trying to lean into seeing the center plane. So this center plane, right? See, I already fucked that up. This center plane, right there. And now that I got that, I'm trying to hold that, and I'm trying to get the opposite center plane. And this is working memory taxation because I'm literally. Oh, okay, I got both of them. Holy shit, I got both of them. They're both flickering, but I got both of them. And then this one, right here, right? Because this is my. Yeah, okay, so right here, like that. There you go. It's not perfect, but. And now that I'm trying to hold all three of them while I'm trying to hold the diagonal cross sections, and my mind is extremely taxed, but I'm trying to hold all three of them at the same time. And I can barely see it, because I can barely see through the box right now. I only have the idea of trying to hold them in my mind, but I'm trying so fucking hard to see it all as consistently as possible, right? And what I'm trying to say is, like, every time I see a line here, I'm trying to think about this diagonal, how it's going through. Every time I put this line here, I'm thinking about this diagonal, and that makes me force my brain to be like, oh, that's where the XYZ invisible is. Like, it's right around here because that's where this diagonal is. So I got this one, right? It's going through here, and then I get, okay, so what about this? This is the diagonal, and then it's going through there, right? And same thing here, like, this is my diagonal, so it's the center line is going through there, and then now I got my vertical, right, projected out from this front plane, my vertical center plane in the middle, right? But basically what I'm trying to say right now is, like, my brain is constantly losing the invisible XYZ axis, it's constantly losing the diagonal cross section, and it's constantly losing the planes, but forcing my brain to really just consistently see these planes, right, and to see these center planes especially, and being like, okay, well, I have to see this diagonal cross section, right, because that means this is where it has to cross through here. And if I have to see the diagonal cross section, I have to see the center planes correctly. If I have to see the center planes correctly, I have to see the invisible XYZ correctly. Like, it's always a constant feedback loop. And I'm just forcing myself to feel good with every goddamn mistake I make, because it's all I can do, right? As, what is it, fucking Mr. Meeseeks can do, right? So it's all the same shit. And I'm just really fucking trying. And I can't hold all three center planes intersected in my mind together yet, because it is not a schema that's consolidated yet. It's not chunked as a component that is efficient to recall and to generate, right? To instantly create in my mind on the page yet, right? Power of yet, Carol Dweck, right? But I'm just gonna lean in just for another 5 seconds. And that's, yeah, like, I can't speak right now. Like, I'm genuinely taxing the fuck out of my brain. Oof, okay, so it's been, oh my god, it's been an hour. Okay, so let me rest my brain. We'll try putting the ellipses in there, and while I try putting the ellipses in the sphere in there, we'll hold that. We'll do one session of that, and then I'm going to try my absolute best to just hold all that while I draw this woman's face, right? So yeah, let's rest our brains. All right, cool. Let's finish it up. Let's do it. Okay, let me just drink some water. Yeah, I actually feel like ass. I feel so bad, but hey, I'm here, right? And I have felt like this a couple times, and still drawn and still recorded, and proven to me and hopefully to you that genuinely we're all capable. And it's not about feeling like I absolute shit and be like, oh god, I'm fucking, and be like, oh, but I'm gonna grind. It's not about that. It's just, do you feel so bad that you can't think and you can't move your pen? Yes, take some rest. No, then draw. Do your best. Right? Bars. Yes, take your rest. No, do your best. What? Oh fuck. Oh no, try it. Do your best. I already fucked up my own bar. God damn it. But anyways, last hurrah. Okay, immediately I'm like visualizing the entirety of the scene through box. I'm trying to visualize every single diagonal cross section, right? I'm trying to get the center planes in there. Right? I'm really trying to visualize the center planes to the best of my ability, right? Really, really, really trying to visualize it. Already I'm struggling and fucking many things up, but the point is I'm trying, right? I see all three of them relatively decently, like solid 20-30%. For me, that is decent. Like seeing it all 20-30% is like a huge improvement, because before I couldn't even conceptualize it without my working memory just being absolutely taxed. But now, right now, I can not only can I conceptualize it after what, 50-60 hours, pretty good. Not even like 30 hours, because it's only started this intensity 30 hours in, or like 30 hours ago. But like 30 hours later, I can conceptualize it, so at 15-20% improvement. That is amazing, right? But now I'm still trying to like visualize the diagonal cross sections, right? Diagonal cross section, like this one diagonal cross section as well. I'm trying to really get the center planes down. And now that I'm here, let's start putting the ellipses inside of it, right? So we got this ellipse right around. Okay, see, that was a beautifully wrong, but we got this ellipse. I think it's something like this, right? This ellipse right around there. Yeah, there you go. That's one ellipse in that center plane, and then we got to get the other center plane as well. So we got this one. I'm trying to turn this back one. So we got this ellipse, right? It's something like this. Yeah. Okay, that's this ellipse. And then I'm trying to hold those two in my mind. And now we got the horizontal ellipse, which is probably going to be the most difficult. But it's the most difficult in terms of like my motor skills. But I'm really trying to hold this to the best of my ability. And let's get this third ellipse down, right? And it's inside the plane, of course. So we got, let's see. Because it's in the center, we got, there you go. Something like, hold up. Oh yeah, okay. Something like this. No, wait, I got it wrong. Because I'm trying to think about the, like, what I'm trying to think about is this for this horizontal ellipse. Because I'm not explaining myself, so I do apologize. I'm sorry. But this is what I'm trying to think about for this ellipse, right? And then how it's like how it's going exactly around those edges, right? How it's connecting in terms of the curves. Very difficult, very difficult. And obviously I struggle with the ellipses the most. I think in general, like even fucking Rembert Montalto, there's a video of him with on Proco where him and Marshall like asking him questions, and he's talking about like intuitive perspective and how to draw in space and all that shit. And he's like, I struggle with ellipses so much, bro. He's like, they're my fucking bane. And I'm just like, amen, right? Because they're difficult. Like you literally have to constantly visualize a plane and then all the fucking different cross sections inside of it, right? So let me try to get this ellipse down as well. I'm trying to still keep hold the other two ellipses in my mind. They're barely there, but at least I have an idea of what they should be like. And this is again too big. My hand's making it too big, but I have an idea of what they should be like. This one's pretty decent, right? Trying to hold that. And again, trying to get the horizontal one I struggle with the most, right? Not for some reason. It's just because my brain, everybody's brain will struggle with some things and be better at other things. My brain struggles with these very narrow ellipses. And I think it's reasonable that it does, because this is a very narrow, like extremely difficult to just get a nice smooth circle around, right? So like my motor skills also struggling with it is part of it as well. But anyways, let's get this ellipse. This is the center point where it goes back here. And then, see, center point goes back here. And then I'm trying to think that this is like the center point here, right? So it's like, it's really narrow and then it comes out something like this. Okay, so that's like a very vague idea of the ellipse, but I'm just gonna try to hold it all together now. Like literally, I'm gonna try to visualize everything. We're gonna start with the invisible XYZ. Okay, holding that. Now I'm gonna start with the invisible diagonal cross sections and visible diagonal cross sections, right? Holding that to the best. Holding that. What the fuck's my voice? Holding that. There you go. That's better. That's what I sound like. Holding that to the best of my ability, and then the three center planes once again. And now like I'm actively trying to envision the ellipses inside those three center planes while I can, whichever ones I can. I can't see all of it, by the way. I really genuinely cannot see anything. Like I can barely see the diagonal cross section, because again, like the second I start trying to blend all of this into one schema, like one consolidated schema, my brain just shits the bed. It just shits the fucking bed. Like it literally just shits the bed. And that's what I have to A, feel good about, B, actively fight against. So you actively have to work against what your brain is incapable of doing, right? To ensure that it learns how to do it over hundreds of repetitions. Like that's how it works. That's my extremely simple, like hopefully so yeah, the layman explanation of it is like learning is trying to do something you can't do to the best of your ability and then taking rest and then trying to do it again, all while feeling good about the fact that you can't do it. That's literally what your brain, that's how your brain learns. It's like it's not gonna want to do it until it's forced to do it, and then it's like, fuck, why should I care? And you're like, I feel good. It's like, okay, I guess I'll care now. And then I'll just figure it out in the background, right? But okay, let me really, because I can't see the ellipses at all. I can't see anything, but I'm just really trying to. And then where's my sphere? So I think my sphere is, let's see, my sphere is like roughly like this. Hold up, I cannot, I can't see anything, bro. I literally can't see fucking anything. Let's see, okay, my sphere is like, it's something like this. Yeah, it's like something like this. That's my sphere. There you go. It's roughly like that. Okay, we're just gonna have to try to hold this to the best of our ability. I'm gonna constantly keep trying. My brain is like extremely fried, but I'm gonna rest my brain right now, and then next I'm going to just draw the features of this woman's face, and I'm gonna try to hold as much as like just constantly keep trying to calculate this entire fuckery while I draw the features, and then I'll obviously like draw through and show exactly what I'm seeing and all that stuff, right? But yeah, let me rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well. All right, wonderful. I am back. I mean, obviously I'm back. The fucking video's still going. But anyways, let's try our fucking best. Let me just like try to get this ellipse down actually. It should be something like this, right? Like that's my ellipse, yeah, roughly. So let's just try to visualize it. And I'm trying really hard to like see through the box and visualize everything right now. But let's just try to visualize it to the best of our ability, right? So that is where the end of my ellipse is. End of my ellipses. I don't know why it sounds like that, but that's roughly where it is, right? On that side, and then on this side, let's see. I'm just trying to think. Fucking making so many mistakes. Can't even see through the box anymore. But let's just try to. There you go. It's like right here, I believe. Yeah, that seems about accurate. So that's the center line, right? That's roughly the center line. If I were to go like this. Okay, so now we need the eyes. So I'm gonna start drawing now. I'm gonna start visualizing everything that I can for the scene through a box. And it's already very difficult. Like I'm already losing a lot. Right? But I'm trying to get the and I'm also trying to like get the proportions and everything down. I just realized this girl looks really distraught. What the fuck? These models, man, they make the weirdest faces. Like I swear, they make the weirdest fucking faces. And I have no idea what to make of it. I guess it's just what the industry demands. I don't know anything about it, but there must be a reason for it. Right? To look like an absolute a mongoloid. Let's see. Which is oddly appropriate because she is Asian. But I don't even. Isn't that like that shit was like a classification used, right? And I'm pretty sure it's racist, so I'm proud of myself for knowing that. But anyways, okay, back to visualizing, right? I don't even know like does it stem from Mongols or is it? I think it was just some scientist was like we need a way to classify bones. And again, while I'm talking, I'm fucking thinking so hard. Kill me, kill me. But yeah, I already got like the lips, the ratios for the nose wrong. Oh yeah, I already got the nose completely wrong. Holy shit. So this is not gonna look like her at all. At all. Like yeah, the nose is completely off. I want to just say right now. The nose is completely off. Like, there should be like a huge gap here, which there isn't. So I fucked that up. And again, while I'm like talking, I'm basically I'm really struggling. Like, this is the hardest part because I'm genuinely trying to visualize 3D forms inside, encompass inside this incredibly complex geometric model, right? And again, the reason I'm doing this is because it's gonna serve as a foundation, right? It's gonna serve as the foundation for my portraits. Like, it is unnecessary in the sense that, like, you don't have to do that much to yeah, you don't, like, technically you don't have to do that much to understand portraiture, but I'm choosing to do that much to understand portraiture because I want to build a robust spatial reasoning engine, right? And that is all I care about because spatial reasoning is king. You know, like, that's literally all I give a shit about because it's like 1 plus 1 equals 2, right? Oh, this thing's gonna make me a lot better at drawing. Okay, let's just fucking make an intense Blender simulation in my mind such that my spatial reasoning is so strong that this is what will be referred to in my mind at all times, right? She has a little bit of buck teeth. There you go. Again, this does not look like her. It's completely fucking wrong. And I haven't been able to visualize anything, but like now I'm trying to take a step back and genuinely visualize the sphere, right? And trying to get this cross section. I need to like I'm just trying to take a huge step back right now, trying to visualize the center planes and the ellipses and everything, because I do have to be able to see, I don't have to be able to see voice crack. I do have to be able to see the ellipse and this ellipse, right? And then this ellipse. So there you go, something like that. And now that I'm doing this, now I'm trying to get her chin area, like so. It's like right around here. Yeah, it's like right around here. Right, and then, okay, now we have to get her ears. So her ear, I definitely have a better understanding of now. It's like right around here. Yeah, it's like, because look, this is the ellipse, right? We got this ellipse. We got like, yeah, it's like fucking... Actually, I think this ellipse should be a little bit more... I think the positioning of her face is actually wrong. I'm pretty sure, right? But we got, yeah, it should be around here, actually. Her face should be right around there. Whatever. We got this ellipse and it's right around here, the edge, right? And now, it's basically where this edge meets this one. Like, the edge of this ellipse meets, it's where, fucking, how do I even explain this? It's like this, right? This one and this one, right? Like this area right here. This bottom area is where the ear is supposed to be. So if I calculate that by seeing the center, this ellipse right here, this vertical center one, right? Fuck, that was an accident. But this is roughly where her ear should be, right? Like right around here, and her ear is covered by something that she's wearing, like some sort of garb, but it's okay. But I didn't even mean to do this, but it kind of worked out. Let's see. Yeah, definitely made, see, like, I definitely made her features. Everything is so off. And I can only laugh about it. I can't do anything but laugh about it because it is a beautiful mistake at the end of the day. Yeah, this is like, her features are completely off. But again, it's hard to think about features and it's hard to think about proportional accuracy when all I can really focus on is just like trying to fucking get the features even exist in the first place, right? And yeah, like everything is off. This is it, but yeah, try to just get the features to exist in the first place, and to also think about the space that it occupies, and that's extremely difficult. I just look and she had colored eyes. This is actually very unique. You know, Asian people don't usually have colored eyes, right? But that's a really unique look. Anyways, let's see. Okay, I mean, it's done. It's not good, but it's done. I fucked up a lot of things. But that really taxed my brain. And you know what? I'm proud of myself for still being here and doing this, even though it's extremely difficult, right? So yeah, let's get the opposite side, everything that's invisible and drawn through in. But yeah, I struggled a lot here. I definitely struggled an absolute fuck ton. Right, I struggled quite a bit, and that's good because I want to struggle. I want to feel like I'm constantly incapable. Like I actually, that's what I want. Like I want to feel like I cannot do yet, right? Because it's only through not being able to do that you'll not be able to do, right? And in this economy, money is very important. But shit joke aside, fucking my lines, bro. Oh my god, look at that, it's so fucking wonky. But what was I even saying? Yeah, like I like feeling like I'm incapable, to be honest, because to me that's a signal that I can be capable, right? Like when when I when I don't understand is when I know that my brain is trying its hardest to understand, and that is for me all based in the science and like just what I know is like objectively good for me, right? I don't know, my voice sounds like this, but see, and then again, like my lines are not that good, right? I struggle a lot. I struggle a lot. Like if you ever think that you don't have talent, just come to my channel. I am the fucking definition of no talent, right? And whether that's true or not, I work hard enough and I struggle enough to feel like that is the case, right? Think about it that way, you know? Do you feel like you struggle a shit ton? Yes. Do you feel like it takes you a long time to understand things? Yes. Do you feel like you're constantly trying, right? And the only thing you have going for you is the fact that you're trying? Yes. Okay, welcome to the no talent club. Let's prove to everybody that talent is just a fucking excuse they give themselves to not try. Right? Simple. Very simple. But okay, yeah, now I'm gonna use green for the center planes because that's what makes it easier. Yeah, because I'm switching it up. It makes it a lot easier. Easier to understand in that sense. Right, and it's not like all the green lines are fucking with me in that regard. But like genuinely, you know, if you feel like I hope people don't think I'm talented. I already have a thumbnail ready 20 years from now. It'll be like green text. Be me. Be me. Spend 40 years documenting my journey, proving I'm not talented. Gets called talented. My face when. Something like that. Right? It's just to prove that no matter how hard you try to democratize the effort and the process and to showcase that everybody is capable, there'll always be a subset of the population that vehemently will deny their own capability due to, usually and unfortunately, how they're erased, right? Now, I don't, that plane is wrong, that plane looks like shit, but yeah, that's just a matter of fact. It's like nobody comes out of the womb thinking they can't do something, right? We get told we can't do something. We get reinforced that we can't do something. You know, we get reinforced to have the mindset that if we can't do it once, we can't do it forever, right? Like these are all behavioral reinforcements from the world around us. And that is why we must destroy it all and rebuild it anew with positivity. Positivity. With positivity, trying, believing, all that gay shit. We must do that. My lines are fucking all over the place. But let's see. Right, and then wait, you're not. And honestly, I don't even think people should be using talent as a measure of their own. As a measure, I know I talk about that, but as a measure of their own capabilities, because like what you're saying is, it's so stupid. Like when I think about it now, it's like it's so fucking stupid, right? You don't. The people telling themselves they don't have the talent for something, so they're basically telling themselves they don't have a fucking 10% boost of a natural affinity, right? That they were born with. Good job, good job. You weren't born with a slight boost, right? That will mean nothing in the long term. Oh, so sad, so sad, right? Look at me. I wasn't born with a natural boost and having steady hands, right? And yet, ta-da! I made a relatively clean line. Oh no, I'm not talented. Oh, it's so sad. I'm not talented. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Okay. Never assume you're talented. Never assume you have any capability apart from the capability of trying and continuing. All right, because you will figure it out. You will figure it out. That's just the way I think about it. I think everybody would benefit from thinking about that. Never assume you can, based on what you think you should have. Only believe and be confident in what you have, right? What you have done, what you have shown, and what you have continued to try and do, right? I mean, again, I always say it's as simple as that. I know it's not simple. It is simple, but it's not easy, right? So I understand that aspect. But let's see. Let's try to ghost this before I just make a fucking line I'm gonna regret. But let's see, this is like roughly the ellipse. So like obviously I fucked up this corner, so there you go. Fix it up a little bit, right? Little fixer upper right there. So yeah, my ellipses again always need work, right? And then let's get the horizontal one as well. So this again, this angle, like this, literally like me pushing my finger out like this, is something I've constantly struggled with, right? And you can hopefully see that now. I'm not sure how much this ellipse should be going out. Let's see, maybe it should be going out a little bit more actually. And then it comes out here. And then it curves around this way. Maybe. Probably not. And then let's see, this, so actually, interesting. And then this is my, right here, this is this ellipse. So this one isn't too bad, because I can just, it's almost like a perfect circle, except it isn't. Good job, Viggy. You should be proud of yourself for that explanation. This is still very difficult for me to understand. I'm not gonna lie. This is still very difficult for me to understand. But that's why it just comes down to repetition. Right, and now we got the perfect circle roughly around here. Right. I'm trying to really think about the fact that it is a perfect circle. Something like this. Really bad, to be honest. There's a lot I don't understand, man. Like, my brain is tired too. My brain is so fucking tired. But there's definitely a lot I don't understand about this. Yeah, I just don't understand yet. Let's see. I think maybe I made this way too out there. Probably should have been something like this. Let's just draw that perfect circle without thinking too much about. Oh, that is like the edge. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's a lot better. Yeah, ignore the other bullshit. It's probably hard to ignore now, but anyways, with that being said, I hope you put a lot of fucking effort in. I hope you really tried, right? I hope you really tried and did your best to, as best as you could. And as always, right? Oh, rest your brain after this. Of course, rest your brain after this. And as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and please, give me money.